Tryna beat life cause I can't cheat death. 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 Tryna beat life cause I can't cheat death.
I did 17 years, homie. Real tears on these words, homie. Hitting staple only push-ups and hella top rhyming, hella notebooks with all my rhymes. It's like a map book from where I started. Ciphering, trying to be the hardest on the yard. Some of the hardest rappers gotta never date. We'll never hug their mama, we'll never see they see. I feel blessed, so I rock with my loved ones. I left behind good count times and cold lunch. Yeah, mama, I'm on one. I'm free, ain't no words of expressions. See my smile, that's real, no fake shit. You would too if you seen that the moves was basic. Game made, heartbreak kid. Living in reality, mid 30 with some kid shit. Damn, they like 50 in they clip or better. Boy.
Tryna beat life cause I can't cheat death. 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 Tryna beat life cause I can't cheat death.
Death.
I left behind.
I promise you, right? I really tried to look at YouTube now, man. I needed to be entertained. And kind of wasn't. So that meant start your own pod, start your own live. You can do that. You have enough. Start it. So that's what I did. So I actually took the time to write down the stories that I wanted to talk about. I took the time, write them down, take notes and things, so that everything flows smooth. It always does, but I'm just saying. End zone, Smizzle, Fish Slayer, SoCal. Welcome aboard. As you know, around here at Dirty Nation, sometime it's time to just put your earphones on, put your Bluetooth on, and listen to Dirty Talk. It's like a bedtime story almost. Stevie Johnson. What's up with my guy, man? Stevie Johnson. See, I got to come with shock value now. Shock value, because I seem like I'm all happy. But by the time I'm done with this story, y'all going to be like, damn. This story right here. The story right here. This is about death in prison. Not necessarily like how it affects me, but just the experience itself. Death in prison. So, when I first pulled up to Salinas Valley, I was 18 years old, right? We all know that. In the very first building I was in, I actually pulled up to BR Salinas Valley and was in 4 building for like a few days with the homie Pine. But D Hunt was there, so D Hunt wanted to get me over to his building. So I had to go in there with cousin them. Shout out Papa from Six Dudes Diamond Crib. The homies put me in the cell with OG Papa. Papa, a little short, swole nigga. We were selling for about 3 days until I moved in with emotional ass selling. But in this building, right, I would say that in the first year, I saw 3 people die in this building. 3. One was the homie downstairs. He used to play basketball all the time. He was an OG with a perm. I forget his name. He had a heart attack. But then there was another one, a guy named Bad Boy. There's probably some Southsiders that probably watch this on the playback and know who I'm talking about, but I can't even remember where he's from. I just know he was a Southsider. And his name was Bad Boy. He had Bad Boy tattooed on his neck. And I remember the night before he killed himself, like he had wrote a note. He wrote a note and took himself out the game. He couldn't do it no more. And then the other cold one, this is all in my first year. And the other cold one was there was some dope going around on the yard. Some dope that was damn near pure, like pure heroin. Don't know pure heroin coming through prison like that. That shit usually cut, stepped on, all the shit. But the shot caller in my building, he was in my building, lower C section. Man, he was overdosed in the cell, right? And they say that when you overdose, that like you're supposed to get some ice cubes or something, put it on your nuts, like ice cubes and stuff, or cold water, try to shock you back. But here's the thing: the cellie is the only one in the cell, so a cellie got to choose between trying to save him and yelling out the door to the tower, like, "Hey man, hey, like my cellie, he need medical attention now, man down." Man down. That's what they say in there. Man down. But the dude in the tower is saying, yeah, right. He kicking back in his chair with his hands behind his head, like, yeah, right. Ain't no man down. And you can hear his cellie I'm in A section. You can hear his cellie saying, dude, I'm not playing. Man down. Man, my cellie's fucking dying. Man, it took damn near 10 minutes. So remember, he's yelling out the door, trying to get the tower's attention, and they not cooperating. And then he's trying to splash water on his celly nuts to bring him back. So when they took him and wheeled him out that cell finally, man, they was doing life-saving measures, but he had already damn near pretty much been dead when they wheeled his out. So that was the first person I seen really like where they rolled him out on a gurney in front of me. That was like that real deal Holyfield reality check. But still, for some reason, being that young, you get numb to it, kind of. And then a suicide attempt hits home. So they sent me to the yard that X-Rated was on, that had the riot on. They sent me to that yard, A yard, right? And there was a guy named Frosty from H-Ray. Faux-Tray or H-Ray, one of them. He was for Faux-Tray. But Frosty was he was a crip, but he was cool as fuck. Cool as fuck. And you never know the demons that people be fighting. Like when you look at them in their face and they appear normal as hell, but you don't know the demons that they fighting within. So Frosty came up I live on the top tier. Frosty came up, man. He spent the night, not the night, but like the night day room, sitting at my cell with me and my cousin actually, and then talking to the neighbors, like really like looking at pictures, spending time. It was kind of out of the ordinary for Frosty, but Frosty was a type of a crip that if he's sitting by himself, I'll pull up on him and be like, teach me something. Because yes, I got game from Crips too. Crips, Bay, all that. I was never a person that had a problem approaching another gangster or another OG or even another OG from another race. I never had no problems like that. So that morning, When they got down the front, when they was doing breakfast, we was getting self-fed. We was on lockdown. I forget what for. But that morning, when you don't open your cell during cell time, they hit the top. They hit the top of your door. Bum 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 bum. They hit the top door and they like they'd be like, take your sheet down. Like if you're hiding behind your sheet, take your sheet down. So after about like third, fourth time of telling him to take his sheet down, they told the tower, open the door. Open the door. When they opened the door, Frosty was in the cell, sitting on his bunk with his head in the stool. Like literally, his forehead in the stool. He shot himself up with heroin. Like he shot himself up with heroin. He knew what he was doing. That's why he gave stuff away. That's the other part I left out. He was giving stuff away. That's a telltale sign when somebody's not right in their mind in prison. Like they start giving stuff away. That's a sign. So if somebody not talking or whatever, and they start randomly just giving stuff away, and you know they got a life sentence, check in on your folks. So what? And then to make matters worse, when the old overdose finally came or whatever, when it finally took him, he fell forward, bam, hit his head on a stool, and bled out. They damn near said like he would have damn near bled to death anyway. How hard he hit his head on that stool. So then they bring Frosty out the cell. They bring him out the cell. Frosty was swole, man. Frosty was kind of swole. He had them 84. He had been locked up since 84. So we had them natural yolks. Man, when they brought Frosty out on the gurney, I promise you, like you know how the gurney be low? When you pop the gurney up, when they popped him up, his arms started, man, look. He popped up like the 6'4" high. But when he popped up to the highest thing, rigor or whatever that shit is, reflex, whatever, he was dead. But that arm popped up. You heard the whole building go. That was like, I mean, you could look at it a bunch of different ways. You could look at it like he was saying goodbye. You could look at it like he was saying goodbye to everybody. Peace out. All right, then. Or you could look at it for what it was, that them reflexes kicked in. Suicide in prison is a real thing, man. My neighbors, 2 times my neighbors killed themselves. 2 times. One time in Vacaville, I'm telling you, like my neighbor used to be beating on the window, making songs. He was kind of crazy. All he wanted was a soup, right? See, Davey know this story. Z know this story. Droops know this story. All he wanted was a soup, man. That kind of shined him on. And then, like, not even 45 minutes later, like he wasn't beating no more. I didn't hear him rapping no more. And so they came by and they seen him. He was hanging. He hung himself. So when they asked for the cut down kit, they go in there and snatch him down, right? They cut him down. But when they work on him, you know, when they start working on his chest, they laid him right in front of my cell. Talk about reality check. They laid him right in front of my cell, so I'm in my window looking down like this at them working on him. That shit fucked me up. That one fucked me up. They brought, like in prison when there's death, they bring the chaplain around. Like they bring the chaplain around to do like a mental check to make sure like everybody's good. It don't matter if you was down the hallway, you might have knew them, so they come around the chapel and talk to each and everybody. And this was an ad seg. All right. Now we get a funny story. See, I told y'all I was all uppity. I said, but then y'all mood gonna be down when I start talking about suicide. You'd be like, man, shit. It's the kid. What's happening, boy? So is y'all really listening? You know what? Y'all really listening because nobody's commenting. So that means y'all listening. So that means y'all get to hear a funny story about Prince. Do anybody, I gotta make sure that I don't like telling the same story hella times. Like, I promise you, people that know these stories, they probably only heard them like once or twice. Who remembers Prince? Where's Holto, man? He will be here. All right, so the other guy, matter of fact, no, let me add to that real quick because I got to give somebody else some light too because he was my friend. But I had a partner named Black, right, from the Bay Area, and he would be included on that first yard where I experienced all them deaths. He'd be the first one. He'd be included in that. But him dying, he didn't die in Salinas Valley. He died in High Desert. So the thing about swallowing balloons in visitation. The thing about swallowing balloons is that if it's drugs, there's a chance that that balloon can bust and you will die. So that means that the person that is making the balloons, your life is in their hands. So if they sloppy with it, you will die. And Black was in High Desert, went on a visit, swallowed the balloons. I mean, excuse me. Party foul. Stuck it in his butt. Like stuck it in his butt. And from it busted in there, when he got back to the cell, he sat down and tried to push it out. And he barely could make it. Before once he started pushing, he passed out. Bam. But he got it out. Now his cellie is in a position like, damn, what do I do? Call man down or get rid of the evidence. So his cellie get rid of the evidence. He swallowed whatever he got to swallow, however he do it. But because of that poor rapping, he damn near died too. Because of that poor rapping, he damn near died too. So rest in peace, Black. That happened years ago too. Anyhow, now let's get to a funny story. See, I done told y'all all the sad stories, and let's get to the funny story. Who's still with me? Who's still with me? Ooh, this blunt right here. This the one that's gonna put me on my pockets. All right, man. So I'm in Salinas Valley, D yard, same yard that Chill 16 in Life hit, the first level 4 he hit. And I meet this guy. He was our neighbor, man. This dude's name was Prince. Once upon a time, I told y'all about like how when we got cell phones, we used to call all the party line and chat line free minutes and stuff. Well, they also had the pen pal services too, like the pen pals in the back of the magazines and stuff. So coming from juvenile hall, there used to be two magazines called like Yo and Big Bopper that had pen pal stuff in them. So I was in juvenile hall with pen pals and things all the way to the pen. We didn't have no phones. But this dude, Prince, said, check it here. He say, look at my books. And he sent me a printout of his books, like a real life printout of how much money he had. This motherfucker had 15,000 on his books. Okay, why? What's happening? This motherfucker had $15,000 on his books. This shit was unreal. So finally, I'm like, how did you do that? What did you do? How? He said, man, I get it about these women, man. So that wasn't enough for me. I'm like, I need proof. I need proof because this is amazing. So he's like, man, it's nothing, man. I'll send you a pen pal, man. It's nothing, right? So he sent me some addresses. They write me back talking about where's Prince? He told me he was about to get out and we was gonna start a family. And who are you? And he was playing them, all of them. Still had life in prison. Life in prison, playing all these women, and they were sending him money. He had $15,000 on his books. But Prince was a damn J-Cat. Prince was a damn J-Cat. Either he was a J-Cat or he knew how to work the system. All I know is that if I couldn't tell if he was playing or if he was real, but I know that the dude I was talking to a couple days ago shooting game, this dude seemed pretty damn normal. But all of a sudden now, I start hearing this metal. It was like a metal hitting the ground going, bliddling, bliddling, bliddling. Then all of a sudden we hear Prince going, all right, yeah, get ready, motherfuckers. Get ready, motherfuckers. Me and Marcelli looking at each other like, what the fuck is going on with Prince? He was like, yeah, at y'all release, it's going to be a free fall. Uh-huh. Me and Marcelli had no clue what we was talking about. All we know is the Prince that we knew ain't in there no more. I don't know why he was dropping the metal. Was he trying to intimidate us or what? I don't know. But when they called yard release, I grabbed Marcelli's cane. Like Marcelli needed a cane to walk, but I was like, you don't need that cane right now for this trip to the yard. You don't need it. I got it. I got it. Man, when they opened the door, this motherfucker Prince came out the cell wrapped in ninja gear. He had slit all the sheets, wrapped his whole body in a sheet, even the face. Like he came out looking like a ninja mummy, like a ninja mummy. When that door opened here, I don't know what. I guess they was two knives, but when the doors opened, this motherfucker came out with them two knives and was walking around in a circle like, yeah, yeah. I must have slid. Like I had to go outside. So I kind of like slid along the wall. Like I don't know who he came for hurt right now. I kind of like slid along the wall and went to the yard. They brought Prince across the yard handcuffed. Just think, if he had 15,000 off a pen, off of him pimping his pen, I wonder what he did when cell phones came around. That dude's cold. KY Rays, what's happening, man? Trying to keep these regular lives going. Damn, I literally told y'all about like 5 or 6 stories and shit. 5 or 6 stories. All right. Now I'm gonna post the link if anybody want to come on. If not, we up out of here at 30 minutes. Wait, control V. Bam, Moonbeam. What's up, Billy? CDC, what's happening? Fish Slayer said, rolling some of that, sitting back. This blunt right here has been burning forever. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that like forever? Damn it. Jaybird. I just thought about it. Jaybird, boy. Man, you've been gone for a minute. ZG said, nope, I got about one or two. I got about one or two. You know something? What I noticed? Y'all don't, because y'all know me, y'all don't be asking questions. I get it. Because y'all already know me. Y'all don't ask questions. I went on somebody else live. Them questions was flowing so fast. I'm telling you. Man. Have you and Nate Dogg ever fought together in prison? No. Nate was trapped in the upper circuit level 4s, meaning like New Folsom, High Desert, all them up north prisons. Me, I stayed right in Central California and Calipat. So we never crossed paths, and he only did level 4. I actually had dropped down level 3 a couple of times at Old Folsom and Solano. But we never fought together. I've been here since you was in the apartment. 29. Oh, damn. Badass kids. Damn, Z. Badass kids. You remember that shit? You got good memory. And yes, you're right. Who else got questions? Shit, before the apartment, it was the garage. Before the garage, it was the side of a car or a front seat. Aaron, you ready? Hit the link. I've been waiting for you to come on. No excuses. None. Calling Ernest Moore. That's right.
What's good with you?
Oh man, shit. Sitting here, this nigga said I only told 2 stories, man. I was about 5 of them. I got them written down. I promise you, Ern, you look like you got that Jodeci look right now. Jodeci 94 look. What's up, man? How your channel doing?
I hear echo, bro. I'm trying to get there.
Close the YouTube, and then you won't hear it.
You know what?
You good now?
Makes sense. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I said, how your channel going, man? Tell me about. Well, first tell the people about your channel.
Oh, definitely, man. More to live for, man. Voice of the North Carolina. That is Northern Pitt County, Northern Greenville. raising awareness on a lot of different things, man. You know what I mean? For starters, autism, sickle cell, raising awareness about that. Giving my close friends, family members, you know, people that I know that did time in North Carolina Department of Correction, giving them a platform to tell their story. I got a homeboy that's coming up on 15 of his 25-year bid, and you know, raising awareness about his situation, and hopefully he ain't got to do that whole time. So that's what we got going on over there. And at the same time, you know, tapping into a lot of different cultures. You know, I was fortunate enough to have you and Nate Dogg up there, so that's something that you know the people can find on more to live for. So definitely, man, appreciate you giving me the opportunity. You know what I mean, to shout my channel out. Appreciate that, man.
Oh man, this is the fruits of your labor. Because if you remember, like you used to be in my inbox back when I was really going through some shit. I'm talking about going through some shit. And you always was coming through with positivity and saying things I really like needed to like hear to pick myself up. Like you was before the 2-gallon gas can.
Okay.
The 2-gallon gas can, like, yeah.
See, this the thing, man. See, like, you know what I mean? I'm definitely from the era, you know what I mean? One hand wash the other, both wash the face. But you know what I mean? You said I was there for you, but a lot of people were going through stuff around that time. And I remember, you know what I mean? It was like this channel and Nate Dogg channel. Shout out to Nate Dogg anyway. And it was like the only two people that I could really, you know what I mean, lean on to talk some sense. You know what I mean? Like when you remember how 2020 was, and I'm in the South, man. So you already know what I seen and heard. So you know what I mean? Like I remember, you know what I mean, having that crutch to lean on, you know what I mean, some shit that I need to hear that makes sense. So
Yeah.
that's why I was getting at you all the time, man. You know what I mean, having the chance to bounce ideas, you know, things of that nature.
You always had some good ideas, but I always knew like eventually he gonna be like, fuck it. And he gonna start his own shit. He gonna do that because that's the right thing to do because you got a lot to offer. And not just interviewing people in prison. Don't you do real estate or financial or something like that?
Oh yeah, I've been trying to do that. I've been you know, I had a little run on the channel, man. You know, I had two segments, one called Men of Honor and the other one was called Queens of the City. And that was kind of like highlighting the different entrepreneurs in the area. So that was pretty cool. Left some good ones on the shelf, but you know, that's another story.
All right, so it's one of my subscribers. He been burning to know this. And he know what I'm talking about. What is Kakalaki?
Shit, that's Carolina. That's the only thing I ever heard, man.
So that's North Kakalaki and South Kakalaki?
I don't know too much about South Carolina.
But do they call themselves South Kakalaki?
I think so, for the most part. But you know, like I said, I don't know too much about South Carolina. It's crazy we got to share the football team and all that.
I never thought about that.
Yeah, one of the original states, man. One of the 13 colonies. So
yeah,
you already know what time it is down here, man.
You know what though? I'm gonna be honest. When I was younger, like all the way even up into my 30s, I kind of really didn't know the significance of being one of the 13 colonies, and I ended up over there and looking at how they ran court and shit. Yeah, the way they run that court system is way different from how we used to it out here. They damn near still wear the wigs and shit.
Yeah, man. But I think South Carolina is even worse when it comes to you know, which state, you know what I mean, is the most I mean shit, both of them like that, but South Carolina, they got something. I remember seeing something in the news, man. They had like a whole family, you know what I mean, of lawyers, you know what I mean, DAs and things of that nature, and you know what I mean, sheriffs, even down to the bailiff in the court. They had all that sold up, and they finally were doing what they want. I think they finally got caught up, but I mean, shit,
I literally don't stop. when I go drive through South Carolina, I do not stop. Not no gas stations, nothing. Not till
Man,
I cross over to that North Carolina, and you can kind of breathe a little bit.
man, I ain't trying to drive nowhere but to the damn airport around here. You know what I mean? To keep it totally honest, like I don't be sliding through other people's towns, things of that nature, man. Like, nah, them traps out there, just for that. So
Yeah,
that's the thing. But it's crazy how many damn cops I can see. You know what I mean, or troopers or whatever, just going on a simple trip to the store. And I went to LA, man, and I saw one cop in 4 days.
yeah, but see out
And that
there,
shit blew my mind.
what I noticed about the South is that they it ain't just the police. Like out here, we got the police and the sheriff, pretty much. Out there, y'all got police, sheriff, troopers, rangers, state police. Uh,
Right.
I might be missing one, and you never know who you run into, especially if you go to a spot like Tallahassee. Oh my God, they got everything there in a small radius.
Damn. Nah, man, I told you, man, I'd rather fly than drive through these towns, man.
Yeah,
Anything but
what
town.
about when you get there though?
I mean, yeah. When I get there, I mean, hopefully it's on a vacation. The reason that I'm going there.
Yeah, you want to go back to LA?
Yeah, I'm trying to get back out there by New Year's.
That's right. See,
That's
I
the
got
goal. But I want to hit sack too, man. That's the whole thing, man. Like I'm going back and forth on if I want to go to sack first because I ain't been to sack. You know what I mean? I already been to LA.
Sac
That's
is
what I'm.
Sac is Sac is boring.
Shit,
Come to Sac,
I got 3 people to pull up on. I'll be all right.
man. Just let me make sure I got some you feel me weed.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm
But yeah,
trying
that's
to.
what I've been debating, man. Me and the wife, man, trying to figure out, if it's gonna be Sacramento or LA again. So
If you coming from all the way over there, you might as well. If you go to Sac, you might as well drive to LA.
shit, that's from what I understand. That's just as far as me trying to go to Charlotte from here.
It's
That's
like
more.
six. It's like 6 hours.
That's too far.
Man,
That's too far. Them days over with, man. Them days over with. A long ass car ride. That's too far, man. Damn, I ain't know y'all were that far apart.
about 6 good hours to the Grapevine.
Okay, okay. I
Shit,
figured it out. But you know what I mean? Like I said, man, I
yo,
got 3 different people to pull up on if I go to SAC. So
yeah, man, you always welcome, man. Come through.
oh yeah, man. Just part of the plan as I try to, try to grow the channel, man, as I try to network.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, man. I gotta get up out there, man. I gotta get up out there. Hey,
Smokes.
look, that was some
Ooh,
man, I don't even want. You want to know what I'm smoking on? Sorry.
that
We ain't
good,
even going there.
that good CBD pen.
Shit, that's what I need. Hey, but look, that was some good stuff, man, that you did on your last live, man. Like you gave my man a chance to vent, man. I can tell. I mean, shoot, we all can tell. You know what I mean? He got things that he going through, but for him to have somewhere that he can vent, man, I think that's real cool, man. Like being there for people like that.
What are you talking about? Which one?
Shit, I don't know his name, but I know he was on one.
Talking about the
Seen him
light
quite a
skin?
few times. Yeah,
Talking
yep.
about You talking about Madden?
That's the name.
Madden,
Yeah,
Madden
it did say
football.
Madden or something. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. He's a. Yeah, he just needs to express himself.
Yeah, shout out to him, man. Hope he's doing all right. But yeah, that's
He,
cool that you gave him a platform.
you talk the dude I put in on the X-rated one in the beginning, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, that dude is that dude is nuts, but at the same time, it's the same motherfucker up in there right now. He probably sober right now, so he don't want to come on. Soon as he get on though, he see alive, he back.
I heard that. Hey, look, who I remember you telling me, man, but I don't know if you share with the rest of your subscribers, man. Who next on the list, man, as far as like big names, man? Because I got a suggestion, man. It was something I definitely like to see.
Uh, I could see one with Lance. I could see one with Lance. I could see one with Chad. I could see another one with Josh, and hell of them with Jay.
True.
And I really call everybody by their first name. What that mean? That mean I know them.
Exactly.
Huh?
Exactly. You
But
ever think about reaching out to Banky Pound? I don't know if you're familiar with his channel.
I, you know what? To be honest, I've heard his name a lot, but I never watched the stuff.
Yeah, you need to
Tell,
check some of them out. They're pretty cool.
Mhm. Where he from?
He from DC, but he did all his time in Virginia.
Banky Pound. When this channel started?
Shoot, man, I don't know. It's been probably like shoot, he came home in 2020, so I'm thinking somewhere late 2020 or early 21. That's what I'm thinking, somewhere around that launch. But he had him and Chill, him and 16 to Life, they interviewed each other, and that was pretty cool. But he got a lot of good stories, a lot of good content, and dropped some games. So I think it'd be a nice look. I would enjoy it. I'm pretty sure the other subscribers will enjoy it if they familiar with it.
Yeah, I'm already subscribed to him. I don't know why I ain't seen that.
Ain't no telling. But yeah, man, I think that'll be a good look, man. And definitely
I think that
anytime you and Nate get together.
I think I think that's highly possible. That's highly possible. I think what's highly possible is on table with me, Banky, and Jay right now.
Okay.
I see that as possible. So yeah, watch. Stay tuned.
Hey, that's what it is, man. That's what it is. So
Hey, you know what? Remember, you can upload this to your channel too. So all them other questions and things you want to talk about, look at it as an interview that you could post on your channel too. So do your stuff.
oh yeah. I mean, sure, we already done been down this road, but I mean it is some things that I definitely want to run by you as far as like with my with my homeboy I was telling you about. Shout out to my homeboy Rashad White, aka Chosen. He in the closed custody prison right now, called Marion Correctional. It's somewhere on the other side of the state. And from my understanding, like the way these prisons are here, like once you like enter the mountains, like like where I'm at in the state, and like where most of the people are in the state is not near the mountains or whatever. Like, and I'm on
Mhm.
the coastal area or whatever. So we talking like 4 or 5 hours away in these little towns. They put these prisons here just to boost the economy, basically. A whole generation of family working in these prisons or whatever. So
Everybody that's from that town right there.
yeah, but yeah, that and the fact that the only black and brown they ever seen in their life is when they come to work. You know what I mean? So
Damn.
so he he got sent there. He been there for probably like 6 months, but like no, probably like probably like eight or nine now. Yeah, it's October. Yeah, so but like from what he telling me, you know what I mean? Like once you get sent over, like once you get in enough trouble, you get sent over there, and it's like, and he's saying like a lot of people get sent over there and don't make it back or whatever. But like he found out that it's like a gang course that North Carolina provide to like certain inmates, like especially when like going through the rehabilitation thing or whatever they supposed to be trying to do. It's a gang course that he can enter. He trying to get into that, and that's also in the mountains. So this where I'm coming from. I'm trying to figure out. Now I know I'm pretty sure it's something like that out there that y'all got, but shit, I already know without asking. Like I know that's something that's definitely something that's a no-go. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I'm trying to figure out, like, I mean, he got his mind made up, but like this North Carolina I'm talking about. So like I'm trying to figure out, like, is he gonna, he gonna have something to worry about in the future? Cause this is something that can help him, get home soon.
But that's a hard one, man.
Yeah, I mean, I know it's different politics, you know what I mean? But like, yeah, man,
That's
that's what I'm trying to figure out
but
too.
I think anybody would be okay from anywhere as long as they solid,
Yeah, yeah.
especially in California because California is diverse. You got all type of gangs, all type of cliques, all type of races intermingle. It's man, so somebody coming from out of state, all they gotta do is just find their way. Find their way. And probably most likely there'll be somebody else from that state in that yard. And they click up, and then next thing you know, it'll be somebody from Ohio, somebody from Florida, somebody from Texas, and they a whole car now. They ain't not pushing no lines, but I'm just saying they probably all hang out together now.
Right. I mean, well, this particular homeboy I'm talking about, like I said, he's doing state time. I know somebody doing fair time too, but he doing state time. So, but this could be something, you know what I mean, that could potentially, get him on soon. Like February make 15 for him, and like the whole time he been down, he been closed custody. Just to compare this to you know what I mean, y'all system, like closed custody for North Carolina, that's like 3 or 4 for y'all. Totally.
It's the highest.
Yeah. So like,
Like when you first come, you hit the main line, you gonna come in. If you got a gang of time, you gonna come in close A custody. Then you go close B. Then you go medium A, medium B, minimum A, minimum B.
so, but from what I understand from watching your videos and other people videos, like once you get to the dormitory living, that's like 1 or 2, right?
Yeah, it's 1 or 2, and in some cases level 3.
Okay. Well, here, from my understanding, that's regular. Hold on, not closed custody, but regular custody. From what I'm understanding, like they got brown and green. The brown is closed custody, and like anything that's in dormitory living is green closed. From my understanding and what I seen, the people that I went to visit
Can they
over there.
can they can close custody go outside at nighttime?
Now that I'm not sure of. I never heard of them. Like I ain't never talked to, any of my friends that's been back there. You know what I mean? At nighttime, and they told me they were outside or something. So
He said, I heard if you're doing federal time in the USA, they can move you from state to state, so they could deal with you according to different state laws. Is that true? Seems really unfair. See, the thing about it is, yeah, that is 100% true. You would catch a federal case in Sacramento and end up in Florida some damn where in the bottom of the bayou. Or you can catch a case and you can be lucky and be in the one close to you. But most likely, they're going to send you far away and they're going to make your way back closer. So there's federal prisons in a lot of these states, and they system as a whole. Like you're not finna hopscotch and with like how you do with state prisons. You can hopscotch only in that state. You're not in federal prison. You hopscotch states. When they tired of your ass, they will bounce you to some other place far, far away where you have no influence.
hey, check this out, man. Check this out. This kind of go with the question from the homie. I got a homeboy from round my way, man. Like I said, man, I'm in North Carolina, man. He caught a Fed case and first stop Pasadena, I think, and I think he stayed there like 6 years. That was his very first stop, and then they sent him to Louisiana, and he from he from here, so that was
Man,
like that's crazy, man. How the feds work? They get you and send you, so far away, man. Like just like you said, man. Like the state amounts you all around the state, but federal, federal custody, federal jurisdiction, man. They send you all around the country. That's crazy.
do you remember the story about how that dude escaped out of the hole in the 180 maximum security yard? You remember that
Now,
story? That's the story where dude he was trying to figure out how to get out. He hated Salinas Valley, but he got a life sentence. But he got to get out of there in his mind. So he came with an escape plan, and he started a judge in Arizona. Got her addresses, sent some threatening ass letters and shit. You already know that's terrorist threats. Threatening a judge, that's a federal charge. So he say one day he in this ass seg in state prison, and all of a sudden he hears some keys, and it was a federal agents coming to get him to take him to the feds to face charges for this right here, and he took his deal, right? So whatever sentence they gave him in the feds, if it was 20 years, that's 20 years that before he got to go back state. So it's say that he escaped out of that level 4 prison.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Damn.
Arizona is the worst place to be in prison because of the weather and the bad food. I can't really speak on the food. I ain't never ate no Arizona food, but I'll say that the weather is just like the weather in Calipat, unless you in like Yuma or something. What Western states you been to other than Cali?
Shoot. I mean, Texas, but I mean that really don't count as Western. I mean, that was like, toddler days, but yeah,
Oh
Cali the
yeah,
only Western state I touched, but I touched everything on the East Coast.
oh yeah. You got some try. Okay, so let me ask you this, because you neighbors with them. Would you consider the Virginia the North or the South?
South.
But
No
ain't
matter
it?
what, I got some concrete evidence. Ooh, concrete. So whatever you're gonna say, I got some concrete evidence that it's the South.
First I would say geographically, ain't
All
it
right.
ain't it up north?
It's northern of North Carolina, but I mean, like, it's like looking at it, man, it's really like halfway.
So you think half of Virginia would be the North and half would be the South?
Now I think all of it the South, because that's where Charlottesville was at. You know what I mean? That's where that riot was at. So it don't
Even
get no southern than that.
even West Virginia?
Man, that's straight. From my understanding, man, that's like straight mountains over there. So like, I don't know nobody from there.
So you would say that's the North then?
Now I would say that's borderline Midwest.
Hmm. That's a question I can't never get a solid answer.
I mean, because I don't know nobody from West Virginia. Ever heard it or anybody from there? I mean, I seen the football team, but like
That's
for to be
about
right here, I ain't never heard
that's
nobody from West Virginia.
that's about all anybody's heard.
Right?
That's a close knit state right there.
Yeah, I bet I won't ride through there. That's
I
another
had
place.
I had to one time, but like I told you, boy, my shit was in my stomach driving them ways.
Uh-huh. Power to you, man. Power to you.
All right, so what I like to ask this question: what motivated you to start your YouTube channel?
Oh man, I was just trying to. I'm glad you asked me that, man, because ain't enough people damn ask me that, man. To be totally honest, man. But so check it, man. So like, I mean, as you could tell, by the conversation that we have, I got some age up on me, but like I ain't all the way your age, but you know what I mean. I'm pushing 40, so you know, and then like in January, February, man, like I went through like a little midlife crisis or whatever, like with some anxiety and some pent up depression that I ain't know I was dealing with and all that. So like during that process, man, I was like, I'm trying to figure out like, damn, what the hell I'm good at, man. Like I did X, Y, and Z and made it out of X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I'm sitting around here like, damn, at least I can, what I mean? Like the best thing I can say about myself is, damn, I ain't got no feelings. I go somewhere and buy me a nice pistol. I mean, like, damn, like, but it's more to life than that. It's more to live for. And then I start saying that out loud a lot. And then I was like, man, like, and then during this time I was hitting you up, bouncing ideas off you. And then I was like, man, I think I might can be able to pull this off myself. And then I started talking to my homeboy that's I've been talking to him the whole time, but like I was talking to him more and more around these days. He was able, he had him a nice little phone. So I was talking to him a lot. So then I was just bouncing ideas off him, talking about the things that I wanted, that I was trying to get in line for him when he come home. And then like, one thing led to another, man. I just damn picked up the phone and damn press upload one day and just went from there. And then I worked on getting the logo made and it was up.
Man,
Not all the way up, but it's getting there. You feel me? You feel me? It's getting there.
You want to know something I learned today?
Talk to me.
I learned that weed is like I seen somebody's plants, right? Them they be so the buds be so beautiful when they coming out and growing all crystally and stuff. But and you would think that you could just pluck it off the tree and smoke it. But you really gotta be patient with this shit. Growing weed is like a baby. Like, literally. I
Oh
got
yeah.
me some I got me some trimmings and I was like, wait a minute, this is fresh, so it smells like hay. So you mean to tell me I gotta burp it like some wine or something? This is crazy. And and then it still smell like hay. So like you mean to tell me that in about 5 6 days the hay smell is gonna be gone and it's gonna have that good smell? I just learned this shit today.
Thought I heard my son getting up.
Is weed legal there yet?
Nah, not yet, man. I'm concerned about that, man. I don't know if that's gonna happen. It might. I mean, maybe somebody in the chat can fill me in on something that I don't know. But like, see, me personally, I don't see it happening, man. Just because like North Carolina, one of these original colonies, you know what I mean? One of these original good old states. Like, I mean, Virginia pulled it off; they got it done. But like, North Carolina, like, I'm like, like, shit, man. If North Carolina could be Texas, they would. You know what I mean? So that's the best
So
way I can describe the state. I don't see it happen. Like this is a
can
tobacco state.
oh yeah. Hey,
Tobacco all
forgot
across the
about
country
I
come from the
forgot
state.
about that. Tobacco is hella cheap there. Yeah, I'm gonna need some backwoods. I forgot
And this is
about
where it come
that.
from, man. Like this like
Yeah.
top tier of
Can
the
you do?
nation, North
Did you
Carolina.
did you can you dispel this rumor? They said that there was going to be no more backwoods. They started a rumor like a few years back, and a couple years back, and they started not selling them, and they started panicking and buying up the backwoods. These motherfuckers started jacking the price, and because they thought it was gone, but really they said it was a fire that happened at a factory in North Carolina, and they just ran out. Did you
Uh,
hear? Was you guys affected by that fake backwood drought?
I mean, me personally, no. I mean, I'm a Dutch master. I'm a Dutch master guy, man. I don't mess with backwoods. A lot of people do, but it's mainly because I mean, like I know y'all been on backwoods, but like, I mean, whatever the rappers do, man, like that's what these young dudes do. So I mean, they may have experienced it, but like I don't remember nobody talking about it.
Did you smoke chocolate Phillies?
Yeah. This was like keep in mind, you older than me. You older than me by 4 or 5 years. But I really started smoking probably like 98.
Yeah, I'll probably say I started smoking. The first time I hit something was like '93 when the Dr. Dre the Chronic came out. But when I started smoking, like I had to have it, I was about 94, 94, 95, 95 summer. I was over. It
Oh
was
yeah,
over.
shit. By
Little
2000 it was over. It was
Little
over.
Bammer, hey, Little Bammer Smokey, Little Smokey Bammer.
Man, I'm trying to tell you, I started straight with the Phillies, man. Like the regular Phillies that Biggie was smoking. Like everybody was stuck on them for a while. Then I remember the White House came through, but once them Dutch masters came through here, man, like the ones that we call vanilla, the Palmer ones. I don't know why. I don't know how we end up calling them vanilla. A lot of people do, but like that was like the number one cigar around here, man, for a while. And those short peach white owl, the sports ones,
Uh,
man, that's like a whole summer right there. That's like the whole summer '03.
Man, I came out. I started with Swish, and then Good Time came with the first like how these is Good Time Woods.
Right,
Well,
right.
the first ones was called Woods, and they came with them in like 2013. So I just started buying them, and then all of a sudden, like Swishers was out. Then I went to Backwoods, and I never looked back. Like it was Backwoods had to be a leaf since I came home. Remember, I was smoking stuff out of Bible paper and meal text and shit. So, like harsh to me, if it's harsh, I gotta keep it moving. And
Right.
Swishers and Dutches and shit is harsh. On record that I have passed out. I have passed out off a Dutch Master. I have passed out off a Swisher Sweet.
Damn. See, the only thing that I don't like about the backwoods, I mean, I definitely like the leaf. Like, I don't know if you've seen anybody that's that unwrap, the big boy Dutches that unwrap them and like, get rid of paper and then just go straight leaf. I do a lot of that. But like the only thing about them woods, man, it seems like you can't never get it like you want it. Like I be even watching you and a lot of other people that smoke woods, man. Like once it's lit, I mean, you still rolling it the whole time that you smoking.
It
You
depends
know what I
if
mean?
I
Still
got.
going back, putting final touches on not just you, the homies I got around here that smoke woods.
Yeah, shit, and it's all mechanical too. I'm telling you, but it depends. If I want to put my foot in the blunt and roll the hell out that motherfucker, shit, I bar it. That's what we call it out here. I bar that motherfucker quick. But I be trying to keep it talking and smoking and rolling is like my filibuster.
I heard. Hey, look, you ain't got no papers that you like.
Nope. I
I
don't
know it
never.
came.
I feel like I
Come out
don't
the
get
beginning.
high. I feel like I don't get high on papers.
Those Marleys and those Wiz papers, man, they pretty cool. If it ever comes a time.
I think I'm addicted to the tobacco in the leaf.
Yeah, that's yeah. I can't lie. That's what I prefer over a bong, a bowl, or a pen, or any of that, man. Like that. There's something about that cigar. The way it sit up in there. That's what it is, man. Definitely, man.
Hey, so please explain to the watchers about the Bible Belt. What's the Bible Belt?
Uh from what I understand, I mean, just a section of the country, man. From what I understand, that just real. And like I said, it's just me because like I really don't dive into all the nicknames and how they got here. But
Mm-hmm.
from my understanding, man, just a particular area of the country, man, that Christianity is real popular, from my understanding. And I don't know if it's just because a lot of Baptists or what, but from my understanding, I could be wrong.
So the
But I mean,
Bible Belt is kind of that because it's a route. It's a route that runs, I think, from Virginia through Carolina, South Alabama, Florida. I've heard is kind of is, but kind of not. And what's the one next to Alabama? Georgia, the part of the and it goes down like a line almost. But that's the Bible Belt, the highway. They say do not get caught doing anything you're not supposed to be doing on the Bible Belt because they will.
yeah,
You
that sound
hate
like
life.
the people I described, man. Definitely, I was way off, but I mean, sound like the people I described. But yeah, I mean, shit, man, I ain't driving down there, man. And I hope you don't either. I hope you don't either.
Straight up.
For real, man. Definitely. So look, so let me ask you this. So when do you think you and Nate Dogg gonna get together again?
We just got together a couple days ago, 2 3 days ago.
Hell was I at? I must have to work. I
Like when I
missed that.
start,
I'll go back and watch it.
like when I started running them interviews off, ain't no way I could have all them heavy hitters and not bring Nate on.
Right? Definitely.
But I'm thinking we need to do a pre-recorded though.
Makes sense.
You know anything about them?
Shit. YouTube. That's the only thing I know about. I ain't seen nothing like that.
That's why I seen that shit. That shit
Yeah,
crazy.
but I seen that shit on YouTube, but they talk like that shit real. But I heard that shit like in Florida. Shit, I ain't never heard that shit, right? But if you change them letters around and say sneaky preachers, I can tell y'all about that.
Man, Dirty, would you have fell for the old Folsom setup by Jeffrey Dahmer for 50 pesos? I'm gonna say, if he really wanted to, the stuff that he was doing, provoking people, knowing me, if he would have caught me younger, I would have fell for one of them Jeffrey Dahmer things, and I would have took flight and definitely got my 50 pesos. You know what they talking about, Ern?
Yeah, I know exactly what they talking about. That damn shit, that Netflix, man, that damn sparked this conversation right back up. But I remember hearing about that shit when I was in grade school.
Yeah, but you don't, like, we heard about it when we was younger, but we didn't have like faces to go with the images. Like by the time that happened, that was so far before social media that we definitely didn't have too much of a face, but some shit in the magazine. So
Yeah.
it's like we get to revisit that shit genuinely because it's hella shit went on that we didn't know happened.
Yeah, that shit crazy, man. That shit crazy. But yeah, I ain't. Nah, they should have put more into how he died, man. They should have put more time into that. I would enjoy watching that. They ain't put
I
enough
ain't
time
even get
into
to
that part.
I ain't even get to that episode, but I do know in real life from what I heard they did him. Who?
Yeah, from what I understand, they did him dirty.
They stuck that broomstick so far up his
That's
bootay.
exactly what I heard, and that ain't how the damn the series ended. You know what I mean? They being all graphic with all the murders and all that shit. Show how his ass got taken up out of here. You know what I mean? That's what my
Oh,
problem was with the
how,
series.
so it didn't say how he died.
I mean, it was more so of he got like just beat up real bad than you know what I mean than what really happened. It
Yeah,
was
they
more
got,
so on that line. They supposed to
man,
kept it all the way real with that.
lead pipe, broomstick, whatever. It went up his butt.
Right?
They
And that
did him
dude was
just
like a little folk hero for that shit too.
shit. What they give him, another life sentence?
Yeah, something like that.
Man, that's crazy. But shit, he was trying to provoke people to get him to take him out the game anyway, though. That's the only
Right.
way I could think he had a death wish. And instead of just sitting there waiting for him to come, he was just gonna draw him to him
And shit, he talked
by
himself into
antagonizing.
population too, from my understanding.
Yep.
Like he was in segregation, but he talked himself into population. So shit, he definitely had a death wish. But I mean, shit.
Man, somebody that killed repeatedly like that, man, what they got to fear? What do they got to fear? So it's like
Yeah.
shit. Come and get me, motherfuckers. And
Right.
they did. Knowing he can't fight though. Or no, maybe he could fight. Shit. The way he was working out, maybe he could fight.
Right. Shit, I don't know. Shit, he about damn 6'3", 6'4".
That's a big ass white boy.
That's what height on him. So yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have to jump that nigga.
Right.
All right, man. Well, let me get up out of here, man. Plug your channel, man. One more good
Hey,
time.
definitely, man. More to live for, man. Like, comment, subscribe, man. Come check me out, man. Doing great things over there for the community. The voice of the North, man. I appreciate Dirty Weather for giving me this opportunity to, to get on this platform, man, and promote my channel, man. And we had a good convo. And I definitely want to say free my homeboy Rashad, man. This shit almost over with, dog. You be home soon, man. I'm gonna have him right out here with me. And he can be able to tell some of them good NC prison stories, man, from firsthand. So I ain't got to, recycle some of the shit that he telling me and do that. So, but yeah, appreciate you, man. Shout out Nate Dog 916. Shout out Smoke Dog too, man.
Straight up, man. I appreciate that, man. You have a good night, man. I'll holler tomorrow.
Hey,
Becky.
definitely, man. Peace and blessings to you and yours.
All right. Becky Pound coming soon. Watch. Go.
Hey, definitely, man. I can't wait, man. I can't wait.